Alright, welcome back to Dream Zone's Half Human. And first and foremost, let me apologize. It's taken me so long to get Chapter 9 out to you guys. Believe me when I say I have seen the comments. I've seen your messages. I've noticed your support for Dream Zone's Half Human. And I'm bringing it back today with Chapter 9. An old family friend shows up, and it just seems weird. Why is a robotics specialist in Cleveland, PA? So if you guys don't remember what happened in Chapter 8, top right-hand corner is the video from Chapter 8. If you want to catch up, from Chapter 1 through 8, you can find that in a playlist that I have on the channel as well. So without further ado, let's get right back into Dream Zone's Half Human with Chapter 9. Trying to remember what we did last. You're standing between Dr. Milston's bed and the men who just stormed into the room. So I think we were with Jane, right? We were with Jane trying to save her mom from the plug being pulled on her. Don't let them hurt my mother. Don't worry, Jane. I'm not going to leave your side. I'm right here. You know Dr. Andrew Pulowski for years, but you've never seen him look this mad. Long people. He waves his hand dismissively at the doctors and nurses waiting in the hall. They clear out quickly. So Dr. Pulowski is the specialist, the robotic specialist from Cleveland, PA, I believe. So we need to stop him. So we fight him, talk, or turn to Jane. What does Jane want us to do? Maybe we should figure out what Jane wants us to do. Because I don't know if just punching a doctor right away is such a good idea. Even though we've been pretty aggressive this entire series, we've been super aggressive. Let's see what Jane wants us to do. I'm gonna follow Jane's lead. There we go. There we go. Because maybe Jane doesn't want us to start a fight. Then again, maybe Jane wants to get right up into Pulowski's face. You're not gonna get nearer. So maybe we should have fought him. I understand the anger, but will you hear me? Please hear me out. Jane looks back at you and you shrug. You don't know what the right move is, but it can't hurt to listen. Right. Alright. Talk, damn doctor. Dr. Pulowski passes Jane a folder and starts looking through it. There's your mother's charts. It's everything the hospital knows about her. Are you gonna let me see it? That's your copy, and the sheets at the back are a detailed plan for her recovery. She never intended to pull the plug as you pull it. It was a mistake to keep you out of the loop, and I promise we will rectify this situation. So, we never intended to pull the plug as you put it. Just a reminder, I have a video ready to be published. All of it's going to be exposed. Hold on to it if it makes you feel better. So what happens next? Logos will continue to pay for all the medical expenses, and we will wait for Dr. Milson to wake up. We owe her that much. So why did you bring the guards? Dr. Pulowski looks behind him as if he forgot they were standing right behind him. Just wanted to make sure you were ready to listen. Maybe that was a good thing that we didn't just slug him. He walked right in, we just give him a quick, swift right. Glad we were able to settle this dispute. Everyone clears out of the room. Leave Dr. Milson in peace. So he's a robotics doctor, so is he going to turn Milston into a robot? I mean, we already kind of think that we are a robot. We know Emily's a robot. That doesn't stop us from doing anything we want with it. It doesn't stop us one bit. Standing outside the hospital, Jane gives you a big hug. We saved her mom, technically. Unless they turn her into a robot. But we did it together. Jane backs up and looks into your eyes. Ooh, is Jane, now we know in the previous episodes Jane is lesbian, but is Jane gonna fall in love with us? I was saying people wouldn't give me the time of day they stopped to listen to you. Luckily, I know Dr. Pulowski, and he wouldn't stand for them treating his friends this way. That guy's a liar. He was the one who told me that they were pulling the plug. Or would they want to kill her, though? That's what I keep asking myself. I wish I could tell you. You've done enough for tonight. I'm going to spend some time with my mom. That's good, Jane. You spend some time. Jane kisses your cheek and then heads back inside. Jane's just our best friend. She's our jam best friend. You're feeling mentally exhausted after the exchange with the doctors. Your brain feels fuzzy as you stand outside taking in the fresh air. So now we need to go talk to Emily. Doctor is barking orders to the orderlies loading a truck. We got one more load of boxes. If you guys want to sleep tonight, I suggest keep moving. So what are you up to? What are you doing, Pulowski? You walk over to the truck and take a quick look to see no one is watching. Need to do something in now. So we need to text your friends. Just get in quick. So do we jump into the truck or do we take a picture of the truck? Take a picture of the truck or just get in quick. Do we jump in the truck? I have no idea. Screw it. Let's jump in the truck. Let's see what happens. You think about using your phone, but you want to go. You run to the back of the truck. The bed is uncovered, but there's a tarp covering the contents of the bed. This is such a bad idea, but we're doing it. You say the words, but you're already climbing into the back of the truck. Nice. You loosen the tarp, curling up and trying to get your whole body covered. You can hear voices getting closer, but you don't think anyone saw you climb in. Oh, we're getting ready to infiltrate the compound. It's already getting dark outside, and you pulled the tarp over the top of yourself. You can't see what it is that you're laying up against. It's in the tangle of metal parts. Sharp and uncomfortable. You can feel the doors open and close. The truck's engine roars to life. No backing out now. Truck pulls out and immediately a loose, jagged chunk of metal hits your head. Probably knocks us out. Car bounces all over the road and every bump seems to send something new flying at you. So we got all kinds of stuff flying at us. So whose plan was this? What a genuine idea. What a stupid idea. I just have to put up with it for now. It's a genuine idea. We're getting ready to infiltrate everything unless they're taking us to like a scrapyard and they just dump us into like a dump. That would suck. You decide that it's too late to second guess yourself. Right. You just got to go with the punches now. Need to figure this out for myself. I need to know what's going on with logos. That's right. That's why we're doing it. Trying to figure it out. We got to get into the ground floor. We got to get into the facility. We got to infiltrate the compound and get in there so we can see exactly what's going on. You know that you're almost too far gone. You need to understand what's going on at the hospital, not to mention David and Emily. I need to know what Emily is. Maybe she's a human who needs a computer chip to stay alive. I've seen it in movies. Look, Emily is us, and we are Emily. Plain and simple. We already know that there's key words that just completely knock us out. As the truck bumps along down the road, you try to think of all the ways that these cyborgs may have been more human than you think. She could have a rare disease that the chip controls the spread of, or helps regulate. No way. Could just be a girl. She's definitely a robot. And we definitely slept with a robot. The truck comes to a stop and you patiently wait as you hear the men in the truck get out. Don't come back here. Your heart is beating out of control as they walk to the back. You hear someone ask if they should unload the truck. It can wait. Ooh, that was Dr. Pulowski. He was in the truck the whole time. You listen as her footsteps fade away. You can finally breathe again. Pull back off the tarp and try to get it back into the right position. This has got to be it. So we're here. We made it. Look at that. All of this evidence. You look around and realize this has to be the secret lab that Ken was talking about all along. I have to stay low and keep quiet. The grounds make it look like any other business, but if that were true, Dr. Pulowski wouldn't be here. There are crates lined up along the fence, and you can see an open door on the building closest to you. I have to find out what they're up to, so open up some of the crates. Get some pictures of the lab, stay low, and be careful. Look, we definitely need pictures. Pictures, pics or it didn't happen, right? So we definitely need pictures, but pictures of just crates ain't gonna do us any good. We need to open up the crates and then hopefully get an option to take pictures of the contents of the crates. Because pics or it didn't happen. Wish I had a crowbar. You grumble to yourself as you try to get into the wooden crates. You test a few lids and then find one that's loose. Bingo. You carefully move the lid and set it to the side. Wires, I guess that could be a robotics thing. You sigh to yourself as you put the lid back in place. Or maybe Ken has an overactive imagination that this place just looks like a factory. You're not ready to give up completely. You're a little disappointed that you didn't find anything cool in the crates. You head for the open door. You stop at the edge of the doorway. The music just changed. I need to get in there and find out what's going on. You can hear someone speaking inside the building. They don't sound very close to you. Oh, we're going in. You poke your head into the doorway and look around. Coast is clear. You head down the hallway toward the voice. You still can't make out what is being said. You find the room where an old man in a lab coat is addressing a small gathering of men also in the lab coats. Everyone in the room is facing the other way. You decide to watch the meeting. The older man calls Dr. Pulowski up to the front. Thank you, Dr. Burr. I'm so excited to talk with you all tonight about the progress we've made. We have to stay hidden, but you desperately want to hear what Dr. Pulowski has to say. I know you guys came here to see robots, but unfortunately, we don't have any in this facility. Oh, we're in the wrong facility! A confused murmur ripples through the crowd. Our robots are out living their own lives in this lovely town, although they are not completely human or AI allows them to react to the world the same way we all do. So they're not robots, they're cyborgs, essentially. Our engineers created robots, but they gave them true AI, a program that reacts to the world in the same way a human brain would. Oh, it's genius. That's why the robots are so convincing. That's why we are so convincing. They think and learn, and there will come a time when we can learn from each and every one of their journeys. Each one of them has his or her, so to speak, black box, which will allow us to understand their lives. So we as cyborgs, we're learning just like a human. We have an AI program to learn just like a human, which means that we as cyborgs don't know that we are cyborgs. But if we learn that we are cyborgs, then we'll know that we are then we'll know that we're cyborgs. Another explosion of murmuring. And before we go to the next topic, that was the words I meant to use to sum things up. These robots are living real lives. A man in a small audience asks about the black boxes, but you can't hear the whole question. The black boxes record every thought and all the information robots glean in their lifetime. It will take our researchers quite a bit of time to work through each one of them. You're staying low and hidden, but you can see the flashes of light from a slideshow. Ooh, here we go. This is a gem option. I need to see this for myself. Try to get a closer look. Try to record the meeting. We're definitely going to try to get a closer look. The back of the room is very dark. You stand up and move around to try and get a better look at Dr. Pulowski. Each box will contain more information than we may be able to comb through in a lifetime, but we are working on an analysis program that will help summarize it. Their processors will help us in that regard by encrypting important decisions. You can see the screen behind Dr. Pulowski, and it's just flipping through pictures of robots. You recognize the girl from the hospital. A few of the other pictures seem very familiar. This is going to change not only how we build robots, but how we look at education, parenting, and healthcare. We're going to end these debates over what is affecting our children's behavior. We'll know exactly what impact a violent game has on a developing brain. Oh, so this is all research to determine like nurture versus nature, right? So is it the way you're raised, or is it where you're being raised? Is it your surroundings that causes your personalities, or is it the way you're being raised that causes your person? It's all very interesting. Which also includes Emily. Yeah, Emily is definitely a cyborg. We know that for sure. The words escape your lips before you can stop them. Her face is displayed on the wall behind Dr. Pulaski. Oh, so Emily's picture is up there. You rush back to your hiding spot, even though no one seemed to notice your outburst. And I'm not on the FG16 project, but I know that the results have been outstanding. There's something about the name that freaks you out. Sounds so cold. I hope they didn't assign Emily a dumb robot name. Sounds like they did. FG16. But you know what? If you would have just sat there a little bit longer, you might have seen a picture of yourself, and you might be FG17 or FG14 or FG15, 16. Who knows? I think that just about wraps up our progress report. Dr. Pulaski starts into his closing statements, and you realize that you need to get out of there. Staying low, you run from the room. As soon as you get into the hall, you can hear people moving all over the place. So it makes me wonder how many other cyborgs are out there. How many other robots are? We know David, Emily, and we pretty much know that we are a cyborg. But like, is Jane a cyborg? I have no idea. We just don't know yet. You test a few handles. Finally, a door opens and you slip into the office. And you know what? They could actually learn something from us, because we know that cyborgs have something wrong with them, because they're like throwing up this blue jello when something's wrong. They're like puking up this blue jello. So they could learn something, but maybe they should hire Tongue-Tied. That way we could provide them with information, because it sounds like there might be a little bit of a bug, or should I say even a virus in some of these robots' brains, causing them to throw up blue jello. You wish you could turn on a light, but there's a foggy window in the door and light would give you away. Just wish I could see where I was. You feel your way into a desk chair. You can see a computer screen, but not the tower. Ouch. You whisper yell as your knee finds the tower for you. You turn it on and the screen bathes you in light. Logos appears on the screen. Dr. Milston worked here, and they were trying to kill her. That's what I don't understand. I don't know if they were trying to kill her or not. Suddenly, not getting caught seems more important. A window pops up on the screen asking for a password. I don't want to guess. I probably only have a few chances. Look through the desk, text Ken, type random words. Let's look through the desk. Normally, there's always a password nearby. Normally. You start carefully opening drawers, but there isn't much in them. This guy only has 3 pens. Whoever works in his office doesn't do much paperwork. There's nothing in the drawers. There are a few things on the desk, but nothing that seems helpful. I wish I knew more about computers. You try to think of ways to get around the password protection. Maybe there's a back door into the system. I wish Ken were here. Maybe you should pull the USB out of your finger, push it into the computer, and just download the password, because you're a robot and a cyborg. People are moving around outside the office. You can't leave anyway. You might as well keep trying. So maybe we should have called Ken. 30 minutes later, you aren't any closer to gaining access to the computer. You get so frustrated that you smack the screen. The sound is not very loud, just a slight rustle. You look to see that a sticky note has fallen onto the desk. Oh, I knew it. Jam knew there was a password somewhere. We were just looking in the wrong jam spot. That certainly looks like a password. You laugh to yourself as you look at the password written on the small yellow note. It's a total dad move. Your dad does the same thing with his passwords at home. Look, don't leave your passwords on the back of your monitors. Somebody's gonna jam access your computer. I've come this far, I need to give it a shot. You type in Letum 759. So Letum, Letum. It looks like Letum 759. Exactly as it appears on the note. And I'm in. Alright, figured it out. Jam geniuses. You look through the open windows on the computer. One is just a music streaming service. The other is a text file titled Robot Ethics Code. So now we're getting ready to find out what makes these robots tick. Their coding. The file lays out the appropriate circumstances for using a command named Letum 759. There has to be a kill switch. Ooh. It can be applied if robots hurt or attempt to hurt humans. I guess it's nice to know that there are rules. Nice to know that there's like a backup plan, like they said, like a kill switch, you know, in case these robots go all AI and self-aware and start taking down the human beings. You can hit that kill switch to let them 759, take them all out and start over. Well, that's if you're allowed to start over, unless you get arrested and thrown in jail forever. Creating robots and possibly destroying humanity. But, you know, that's later on. That's later on. That's in the future. We're talking about now. We're talking about the present. There are other windows open on the screen. They all look tempting. Which window should I open first? Go to spreadsheets, go to browser, go to the drafting program. Oh, we're definitely going to the drafting program. You open the drafting program, your dad uses the same program. It's weird. Maybe this is our dad's office. The design is your 4-stage plan to rebuild a human face using artificial components. The face looks familiar too. Oh my goodness, no, that we are in our dad's office and the face is gonna be our face. It's us. It's us. It's gonna be us. The guy was in a crazy accident. You start thinking back to your accident that killed your mother. You have to close this window. You can't break down right now. Oh, I know it's us. You look through the other windows and one catches your eye. It is a tutorial on robot commands. This guy is creating a troubleshooting handbook. You can tell that you're looking at the back end of the program. It looks like it's being designed for Logo's employees. You read from the open page. Changing a robot's disposition to a human being can be accomplished through the use of Caritas 863 command. I'm telling you, we are in our dad's office. There's no way around it. We're definitely in the dad's office, and we're essentially reading about programs and coding for us. I know we are. This will open up a menu that allows you to adjust the love center of the AI's processing center. You can feel your heart breaking. How do I find out if someone did that to Emily? I mean, it doesn't say that's the only way they can fall in love. You keep reading through the section on love settings, but the text says nothing about the robots falling in love on their own. Although we're never said we're in love. Oh, so we and Emily, we never said that we are in love. We as tongue-tied, we feel it though. It's something that we definitely feel. The section ends by saying that you can override the love function at any time. Love and all of human activity, I mean, it's all just chemicals in our brains. How is this any different? Keywords. You read the top of the next page, you like the sound of that. Rewiring a robot in the field and reversing the love command with 4 keywords. Lotus, Dawn, Love, Greeting. Might have to remember that. Lotus, Dawn, Love, Greeting. So those words can help us rewrite the love command. Your eyes continue to scan down the page until you reach the section on friendship. Resetting the friendship parameters can turn a robot into a servant. Use the keywords waves, granite, sky, and gold. So we can actually essentially use that on like our friends to see if our friends are cyborgs and robots. The text claims that these words can change the robot's attitude towards the speaker or any other person. I might use this on David. or we could use it on David. That would be a good idea. I mean, it sounds extreme, but maybe we could make David our best friend. You can hear footsteps just outside the door. You dive under the desk just in case. Holy shit! You start to freak out as you hear the door opening. You can hear a voice complaining about people leaving computers on all night. His hand almost touches you as he reaches for the button. He gets it and then storms out of the room. It was so close. Gotta get out of here. You stand back up and stretch out your back. You lose your balance and bump into a computer behind you. This room is way bigger than I thought. There's a counter that wraps around the outer wall of the room and a large workbench in the middle of the room. I wish I could turn the lights on and really see this place, but that's going to give our position away. You look over the workbench for a second. It's covered with tools and little bits and pieces. The fire. Oh no! A file folder marked Emily. Oh, we're about to find out all kinds of information about Emily. You tried desperately not to look at it, but we already know it's there. I know it's about her. Your hand grabs the file anyways. Oh, we're about to read the file. I need to investigate every part of this office. Put it down, just a quick peek. We've got to read the file. It's gonna have to be done. You flip open the folder and are greeted with a picture of Emily naked. Ooh, maybe this wasn't such a bad file to look at in the first. not a bad file. The very first thing we saw. This is just anatomy, but still. You flip through a bunch of pictures of Emily naked. Her pert breasts are staring back at you. Hear me out. We've already seen it firsthand. Actually, we've already slept with Emily. We've been there, done that. Like, this is not sexy. The way that they're just, I'm sure it's not sexy the way they're describing everything. Your cock has a different opinion, pushing hard at your pants. I need to set this down. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to walk straight if you don't set that down. You try to stop looking, but you can't. She's perfect. I wish I was with her right now. You start to think about Emily. Think about what Emily would say if she caught you reading this file. This is so wrong. I need to stop. You flip back to the picture of Emily completely naked. I'm going to hell for this. Look at that smile. Look at his stupid little smile on his face. Oh my goodness. You little pervert, tongue-tied. You flip the page again, but your heart is racing. You want to put the file down, but you need to find some useful information to justify your perversions. You flip to the last picture and finally come to some data. So she is an FG-17 model designed to be the counterpart to FG-16. Oh, so I bet tongue-tied is FG-16. You remember the name from the meeting. You hope counterpart doesn't mean what you think it means. She's designed to be the girl next door. You read the words right off of the page, and they make so much sense. She is the perfect girl next door type. You flip the page, and it's a picture of all of Emily's organs. Ooh. Next picture is Emily walking on Main Street. It's her eyes that catch your attention. You toss a file folder onto the table and back away from it. However, you're tempted to look again. Of course you're tempted to look again, you little pervert. Oh my goodness, tongue-tied, you little pervert. I can't be in the same room as this file. You start to walk away and your hand swings out and bumps a photo on the wall. The wall behind you has a bunch of framed degrees and a few photos. One photo shows a man standing with a guy who looks exactly like you. Oh, I knew it. It's our dad's office and we're standing with the dad. Oh my goodness, it's us. It's us with our dad and we're fishing. Oh my goodness, I knew it. That's me. I knew it. We're in Dad's office. There's only one explanation that seems to fit, but you can't seem to accept it. I need to be sure. Look through the filing cabinet, inspect the equipment. Just look at the walls. Would the filing cabinet have our file? possibly. We might be able to find our file in the cabinets. But if we look at, it seems like we're probably going to be posted all up on the walls anyways. So should we look through the filing cabinet or the walls? I don't know. Let's look through the filing cabinet, see if we can find our file. FG16. You open the filing cabinets and find papers with your filer's name all over them. I knew it. What is going on? There's a reference on one sheet to a special testing site, and the address is your house. He never brings work home with him. You start to wonder how your home could be a test site. Another sheet seems to be detailing your time in the hospital. Why does Logos want to have my health records? Why would Dad have this here? I bet Tongue-Tied was severely hurt, almost killed in that accident, and Logos essentially turned Tongue-Tied into a cyborg to save his life, but now he's a robot. He's a cyborg. He's got artificial intelligence now. You have a lot of questions for your father, but you don't know how you can ask those questions. If your father finds out that you went to the lab, you both might be in danger. Who are you? It's unsettling to find out the ultimate proof that your father is working for this company. You turn back to the wall, and there is a framed certificate that has your father's name on it. Right beside this is his diploma. Need to go back to the truck. We need to get out of here. You hope that Dr. Pulowski hasn't left already. You take a quick peek out the door. The coaster is clear. You think about spending a little more time in your father's office. But we gotta go. Gotta get back in the truck. You close the door behind you and sprint off down the hall. And there you guys have it. That was chapter 9, and it's becoming more and more clear that not only is Emily and David a cyborg and a robot, but so are we. And our father, our dad, is working for Logos. And Tongue-Tied is a pervert. Hope you guys enjoyed chapter 9. If you did, hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below where it looks like we're starting to get close to the end of Half Human episode 1. So start thinking about what you guys want to see next in Dream Zone. To give you an idea, these are all the options. There is a Half Human 2. We can jump right into Half Human 2, but there's a lot of different options that we can jump into as well in Dream Zone. Look at that. My bloody classmates. That looks fun. Either way, let me know what you guys want to see next. We're going to do chapter 10, I promise you. And I apologize that it took so long to get chapter 9 out there, but we're getting back into Dream Zone's Half Human. Hope you guys enjoy this. Again, hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and join the Tethered and this amazing community. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.